All right. So this idea is based on the premise or the thought of saying, what if King of the Hill characters were in DBD? And this basically came from a little fruition of when I drew Hank Hill as Deathslinger. But I'm starting this series off, or like this hypothetical series thing, whatever I figure out later on to call it, is to start off with Dale because I like the way Dale's thing looks and it's funny. So basically, Dale. So so how this is gonna work is I'm gonna basically just basically what characters of the King of the Hill change into as DBD characters are going to be their. I'm basically just gonna rework the killer around them with their personality. So basically, make their perks, add-ons, their things and stuff the personality of that character from King of the Hill, etc. Every other character. So I think it'd be funny as hell because it just came into my mind and I'm just funny like that. So the first one we're gonna start off today with, ironically, is not Hank, but it will be Dale because, like I said, Dale is funny looking and Dale looked already way better than the other guy I drew. Might redraw Hank anyway. But yeah, so with Dale, Dale is gonna be the Legion. The Legion, and we all know the Legion from GBD. He's the fast moving or group of people fast moving. So it made sense for me for it to be Dale. So the idea, I think, with Dale with Dale as Legion or Dalinge, Dale Legion, Gribble Legion. His name doesn't really work for that, but I think it's funny. We'll see Gribble Legion. With Gribble Legion is basically I want to see how, or with his powers are gonna basically work the same. The frenzy is gonna work the same. It's just that it's instead he's just gonna keep talking more often than anyone else. So he's just gonna keep rambling on, like, and survivors will hear it. At like when he's in your chase. When he's in chase, he just starts rambling off like conspiracy theories and just sort of like going mental at you. But he starts just talking randomly. And just, it's like conspiracy this, that. Conspiracies about the entity, conspiracies about other killers, survivors, wondering what's going on. So he's trying to figure out like everything about the trial the entire time, but also not, and also be so paranoid about everything, which I think would just be a funny thing just to have the Legion speak around. Because, hey, it'd be funny because the Legion is just a teenager, but now we just made him as Dale Gribble because I think it'd be funny. But also with that, thinking, all right, so what about the perk ideas? The perks. Well, it's very simple, really. With Dale, what is Dale known for? Pocket sand. That's one of his famous things. So the idea with pocket sand
Pocket
being
sand.
a killer perk, or a killer perk for Dale, is that pocket sand basically is a like an anti-blind perk, or yeah, like an anti-perk. Yeah, yeah. One of those wordings, like an anti-loot perk or blind perk. Basically, instead of when you get blinded by when a teammate or survivor tries to blind the Legion or uh Gribble, and try to blind Dale, he basically just like spins around, does a little animation, like a fast animation, spins around, and then throws fucking sand or whatever the fuck at you. Just throws it at your eyes, and that's it. He just throws pocket sand at you. Grabs in his pocket and throws sand at you, and it blinds the survivor for a temporary time of like 5 seconds. You know, it blinds them, and it's not like just a little thing. It like covers the screen basically like a dirt splotch, which I think will be very funny. You know, his second perk, Squirrel Tactics. Squirrel Tactics basically just puts you at a makes you like 10 times faster, or like a puts it at a 10% to 15% uh integration of speed, meaning that like how Legion can move fast. Scroll Tactics basically makes it where you can just bounce around stuff faster, meaning that so when you hop over a fence, you hop over, hop over a window or a vault, hop over it faster, but also you can kind of just jump. You can just jump around like how Dale does scroll tag. It's how he crawls around windows and stuff, and be's a little bitch, which I think would be funny. You know. And then the final perk idea is just called conspiracy, where conspiracy is after a certain time, after like a certain amount of hooks, I would say, or it could be a thing with tokens that with the with conspiracy, it goes off on the idea that he starts questioning of why is he hooking people? He's like, why is he doing something? He's like trying to figure out what is the point. So what does that perk does is basically causes paranoia, which makes him see everything as a threat. So basically, after like a certain amount of hooks, every survivor that's alive on the map basically highlighted with killer instinct constantly for like 30 seconds to 40, maybe like say 60 seconds. So a full minute, the killer can just see your thing flashing constantly. And while that's happening, you're oblivious. You're completely oblivious, so you can't see where the fuck where oblivious does. But that thing is just going on constantly, which I think would be a very funny idea for paranoia and conspiracy. I think that's a better perk name, paranoia. And the paranoia of the match just makes him go more mental. So he's like, oh, he's like, they're after me, they're after me. I can't do a Dale voice, man. I can't. His voice is, rest in peace, man. He's a godsend. But yeah. So that's the idea of that. And perks, you think, oh, what are the add-ons? What add-ons would the Dale have for it? Well, it's very simple. He has his add-ons. That child. I think I have my window open. Um, there's the perks basically go based around the idea of what not perks. I keep saying add-ons. The add-ons. So you got one, the John Deere hat, because he bought a John Deere in one episode. Basically that. John Deere, basically just faster movement speed, better quality. So basically he can hunt down faster. Oh yeah, I forgot. Frenzy. How Frenzy works the exact same. It just got to go around poke people. It's more instead of downing people, you more go around to just stab them like constantly, which is just funny. Like you don't down people, he basically just has a better like sloppy effect or a better effect where it just bleeds you out like constantly. It's basically just like being hit with a bunch of razor blades. That's what his fifth attack does, when he bounces around and hits you, he just basically kind of hits you with razor blades because you can't put a gun in the game for him. That'd be funny. Yeah, but like the John Deere hat add-on makes him faster, better quality. So the razor blade thing would be better quality of razor blades, so he can do more damage and all that shit. With everything else, he can, other ones, his pack of cigs. While that's equipped, the effects are basically he runs slower because cigarettes, uh, they make you weak, but it gives him extra endurance and speed. So the endurance for him are enduring. So basically, stuns are less time, but you're slower for about like 10 seconds. So it basically turns like enduring on that Pagasig give you a better thing. Like, oh, I need to go, keep going, but it drags you down with speed. So it basically makes pallet stuns like non-existent. It basically makes 100% pallet stun. Other one this. But yeah, that's all I really got for you. Like I think I'm gonna plan this out better next time. But yeah, that's the idea of these things.